Before we get started, I have to address that James Robinson has been cut by the Patriots. I have Robinson on this list, and the announcement came out after I started editing the video. Although this is old news, I do believe my take on Robinson is still appropriate, and perhaps will give you some ideas of why the Patriots might have cut him. Unfortunately for Robinson, my prediction came a lot earlier than expected. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and thank you for your time. The New England Patriots have finished their 2023 OTAs on a positive note, with their rookies showcasing some of their talents and the offense demonstrating some competence. We are now in minicamp for a few days, then the team takes a big break before heading into preseason camp in late July. This time of year will leave us with a lot of questions about the roster, potential cuts, depth chart, potential trades, etc. Obviously, we don't really know what is going to happen between now and the kickoff against the Eagles. However, we certainly can speculate who has a chance of making the roster and who is risk of being cut or even traded. We have an influx of free agents and rookies coming into Foxboro, which will shake things up enough to generate some theories about the fate of some returning Patriots. I have compiled a list of 10 Patriots who I believe need to have a strong camp if they want to start against the Eagles, or just have a jersey on, or just be in New England in general. The players on this list are here because I believe they need to show Bill and the coaching staff that they are worthy of a roster spot, and they are coming into 2023 ready to make an impact for the team, and they are worthy of their salary. I will do a brief review of their 2023 season and why they are on this list. In addition, I'll provide my opinion on what they need to do in camp to improve their valuation. Starting off, number 10, Lawrence Guy. Guy has been a leader for the Patriots, but he is getting up there in age. It might be time for some of the younger guys to step up, like Barmore, Sam Roberts, and the rookie Keon White, who could easily fill that spot. Plus, cutting Guy would save the team a little bit over $3 million in camp. I think Guy would have to show his experience and leadership qualities to really hold on to that spot this year. Number 9, Jalen Mills. Jalen has been a valued member of the Patriots secondary and has stepped up when called upon. So far, Jalen has lined up all over the secondary and OTAs, including safety, which is where I think we could see him play a good percentage of his snaps this season. However, the question is, how many snaps? The safety group is loaded with some of the best players on the Patriots team, with Duggar, Peppers, Phillips, and now Mapu having some time there. Jalen certainly has the experience and skills to play back there, but it would be a battle to claim a top spot on the depth chart amongst those other names. Jalen's going to have to show he's competitive in the safety role, but also show he's still capable of playing on the boundary corner as well. He has to show he's ready for a bigger role, not a diluted one. Number 8, Trent Brown. Trent had a rough go last year with penalties, illness, injuries, and just a lackluster effort on the line. Last year looked like he was checked out worse than ever. Even his slow walk out onto the practice field seemed to be even more slothful than years past. Still, Brown is the Patriots' best tackle and should have a starting spot. But a potential cost savings of $8 million if they cut him is an enormous hunk of money, even with the $4 million dead cap hit. The Patriots brought in Calvin Anderson and the rookie Sidy Sow, who could get tested at left tackle in camp. So it is possible the team decides to move on from Brown. Keep in mind, they have Reif and McDermott and Yanni Kajust and the 2022 7th rounder Andrew Stuber to try to take the right tackle position. So Brown might need to show he still really wants to play football and not just get cut or traded. Sadly, I think all he just needs to do is just show up and show that he wants to be there. But that has never really been apparent to fans. Hopefully he can demonstrate it on the field and in the locker room during camp. Number 7, Ronnie Perkins. I recently posted a video covering Keon White and some of his potential uses on defense, and a viewer commented, Ronnie Perkins doesn't exist. Well, I can't argue against that statement, really. Perkins has kind of been a non-existent player to the fans. Last year, the Patriots placed a second-year linebacker on season-ending IR in the preseason, which appeared to be a classic case of the Foxboro flu because Perkins was on the roster bubble, but he failed to really distinguish himself at the outside linebacker position in edge work. However, he was able to log a sack and 5 quarterback pressures in 2 preseason games, so he isn't inept at the edge position, but the Patriots have moved him away from the D-end alignment that he played in Oklahoma, and they have him as an upright edge and an outside linebacker position. This transition away from the D-end is not easy, so I have to give him a bit of a break there. But Perkins needs to show up in camp this year if he's going to claim a roster spot. Keion White added another body to the edge responsibility, plus Uche had a breakout year last year, Jennings had a strong outing last year as well, Judon had an outstanding year, Bentley was solid, Mack Wilson got another contract. The point is that the edge and the linebacker rooms are basically near capacity. Perkins needs an, without a doubt, breakout confirmation season. And it's going to happen now. Like today. Actually, should have already happened on the first second of OTAs. I have hope for him, and I will be doing a video on him in the near future. Number 6, Miles Bryant. Miles Bryant is a serviceable slot corner, but he didn't get a bunch of playing time last season until the last few weeks. He showed some decent run defense skills and was able to contribute on special teams. However, he is really relegated to the slot at 5'8", and the addition of Bolden and speed will make the D-back room really full. Marcus Jones and Jonathan Jones can cover the slot. In addition, with his tender not a guaranteed contract, it is possible Bryant is one of the first to go this season. Bryant will have to show that he's able to contend for the slot corner job, which might just be Marcus if the Patriots are going to stick with Jonathan on the outside with Gonzo. Still, the addition of Speed and Bolden, who are adding size, speed, and special teams prowess, might be too much to overcome. He is really going to have to impress. Number 5, James Robinson. Robinson has been battling injuries over the past couple years. But when he is healthy, he is an elusive running back and brings a decent balance of running, receiving, and blocking. Unfortunately, he is coming into a solid running back unit with Ramondre, Pierre Strong, Kevin Harris, and Ty Montgomery. Clearly, Ramondre is one of the best backs in the league and carried the offense last season. However, Pierre Strong and Harris actually performed well when they were given the chance. Montgomery was injured last year, but when he was on the field, he made plays and is a versatile player as a running back and a receiver. Robinson is going to have to put on a showcase of his talents and prove his Achilles is 100% if he wants to secure the second running back position. I'm rooting for him, but I'm also rooting for Pierre Strong to have a breakout year and that Ty can come back healthy. Number 4, Jack Jones. Jones started off his rookie season as one of the top-rated corners in the whole league. Unfortunately, he ended the season on suspension, which we don't know the full details of that situation, and we probably will never. Apparently, so far, he has not been a leading contender for the spot opposite of Gonzo. If Jonathan Jones is still on the perimeter and Marcus Jones is in the slot, Jack might be pretty deep on the depth chart, whereas we should be seeing him take a step up this year. Jack needs to show that he deserves significant playing time this season. He is going to have to show up to camp ready to prove he could be a starting caliber corner worthy of a top spot in the rotation, and could be a solid teammate. Number 3, Trey Nixon. Nixon was drafted in the 7th round of the 2021 NFL Draft, but he was waived on August 31st and re-signed to the practice squad. In 2022, Nixon had a solid OTA outing and looked good in camp. but he didn't perform well in preseason games with some drop passes. He was waived again and signed to the practice squad. He signed a reserve future contract on January 10th and should be entering camp on a mission to prove he can make the team this year. Unfortunately, the Patriots drafted 2 receivers this season and brought in Juju Smith-Schuster, plus a joker tight end Gesicki. The Pats dropped Myers and Aguilar, so we're looking at Butte, Douglas, and Nixon fighting for that last wide receiver spot. I mentioned Gesicki because Patriots might be okay with considering him as a receiver in terms of roster spots and forego filling the spot with a wideout. What is more, Nixon's basically a Z receiver, so he will have to find a way to not be redundant to Bourne or Thornton. Yes, Nixon is an athletic receiver with 4.4 speed and decent agility. So, if he can show his hands have improved and he's motivated in camp, he might convince Bill he's worthy of a spot on the team and allow the Patriots to make some other roster moves ahead of the season. Otherwise, it's probably another year on the practice squad. Number 2, Devonte Parker. Parker is the only true X receiver on the Patriots right now, but he is not a guaranteed game breaker, and he is a frequent flyer on the injury report for most of his career. Great talent, but he can't stay on the field. Parker is a great sideline guy with good athletic traits, and he's really the only guy in the squad with elite contested catch skills. But there is a possibility DeAndre Hopkins signs with the Patriots this offseason. So it is possible Parker's going to be cut for cap savings of $6.2 million, or he's going to have to prove he can be a complement to DeAndre. Again, if DeAndre actually gets signed here. The other thing is that he could be traded for a late round pick. That being said, I think the Patriots will sit on Parker for a while and see how he comes into camp. This way, they can evaluate his status and his ability to be a leader on the team. Moreover, there's always an injury in preseason, either on the Patriots or another team. So pulling the trigger on a cut or trade early in camp would be ill-advised. This should give Parker enough time to demonstrate his value and show that his second season with Mac will be successful. Number 1, Kendrick Bourne. I think everyone is aware of Bourne's issues last season, and I think I could safely say that not all of it was his doing, if the suspected causes were true. Still, Bourne is probably coming in 4th on the depth chart right now, and cutting or trading him should give us close to $5.5 million in cap space and carry just a $1.4 million cap hit. Still, I think Bourne is underrated, and he had 55 receptions for 800 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2021. But he just isn't that kind of talent teams have to specifically game plan for each week. He is good, but if he isn't showing that he's all in this year and can't contend with Thornton for playing time, he might be on the cutting block or simply be relegated to being a depth piece if Parker or Thornton get injured this year. Hopefully his performance in camp shows he's ready for a 2021 level of performance. Indeed, there are several other players that need to show up for camp. In fact, I think everyone needs to show up to camp, right? You're either trying to make the team, move up the depth chart, or motivate and lead the team. This offseason is critical. I want all these guys to be on the team this year, but they're going to have to verify that they're all in, ready to go, ready to lead, and can play at a higher value than their contract. And they're the best available option at that value. Again, I like these guys, but I think every other party involved in making decisions knows that this team has to be optimized this year. The Patriots cannot afford another 2022, and some of the guys on this list are associated with that performance. So, it is time that they could show they could be a key component to a bounce-back 2023 season. What do you guys think about my top 10? Did I get the order right? Did I miss someone? Who gets cut? Who gets traded? Who has a bounce back? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.